2026 Cadillac Lyriq-V First Look. The quickest Caddy ever is an electric SUV. Engage V mode and this large Cadillac electric SUV will rocket to 60 miles per hour in what used to be supercar time. The new Lyriq-V is a spicy variant of what came before, but it stops short of being worthy of the Blackwing moniker. We now have all the juicy details on the beefier version of Cadillac's electric luxury cruiser SUV. Before getting a closer look, we had big hopes for the 2026 Cadillac Lyriq-V to be worthy of the badge and fix some of the issues we had with the vanilla version. Does the new performance variant meet our expectations? Let's dig in. More power, less range. If there wasn't a significant power bump, it wouldn't really make sense to call it a V now, would it? The Lyriq-V gets a 115 horsepower jump from its previous highest trim, bringing the total to 615 horsepower. It also makes 650 lb-ft of torque, which is a 200 lb-ft increase over the Lyriq AWD. Though, naturally, with an increase in power comes a decrease in range. The 2026 Cadillac Lyriq-V gets a manufacturer-estimated 285 miles of range on a full charge from its 102 kWh battery pack. That's 23 miles short of the 2024 Lyriq single motor and 22 miles short of the 2024 Lyriq AWD. That range isn't overly impressive, but it is significantly more than the Hyundai Ioniq 5N, which isn't a bad trade-off considering the Lyriq-V is only 26 horsepower short of the Ioniq 5N. Cadillac says that the Lyriq-V can get from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.3 seconds, in Velocity Max mode, making it the quickest model in the automaker's history. A feather short of a Blackwing. Other than the obligatory increase in power, the Lyriq-V has a short list of other performance features. Though, perhaps not what was expected by those of us hungry for a meaty spec sheet. The Lyriq-V comes standard with set of Brembo front calipers to bring the 5,980-pound electric SUV to a stop. We would have liked to see Brembos at all four corners standard, but 2 out of 4 isn't bad, we suppose. The Lyriq-V disappointingly doesn't come equipped with GM's MagneRide dampening and instead comes standard with continuous dampening control. When pressed about this, Cadillac was quick to make it clear that the Lyriq-V is not a Blackwing, and that level of performance would be considered a cut above. Though, we don't think you can blame us for being confused. Between Cadillac's use of V, V Sport, and V Blackwing, it's starting to get difficult to keep it all together. That being said, don't expect a Nürburgring lap video to surface anytime soon, since that type of development is reserved for proper Blackwings and not V cars. Kind of a bummer if you ask us. Oh, before we forget, hard part performance upgrades are rounded out by a lower stance, multi-link suspension and a quicker steering ratio. Beyond those bits, it's software-driven driving modes that will provide the performance thrill for the pilot. There are 3 performance driving modes: V mode, Velocity Max, and Competitive mode. We weren't given a ton of details on each mode, but Competitive mode is the spiciest one. We asked if Competitive mode would unlock the ability for mischievous deeds such as drifting and burnouts, but Cadillac didn't quite give us a straight answer. Only that Competitive mode enables a suite of traction management features specifically engineered to increase vehicle agility, and allows a more skilled driver to take advantage of more freedom in how they manage the lateral capability limits of the vehicle. This can be done through intense maneuvers in specific controlled situations. You can read between the lines, but for those who aren't well versed in PR speak, that basically translates to, yes, it can drift, but don't be stupid about it. Very subtle exterior updates. We won't blame anyone who can't tell the difference between the Lyriq and Lyriq-V at first glance. The exterior differences are subtle to say the least. The Lyriq-V has a slightly different front fascia with a splitter, side rockers, and body-colored lower trim. Carbon fiber accents are available as an option, which should do more to help the Lyriq-V stand apart for anyone who foots the bill. The Lyriq-V clearly sits lower than regular Lyriq models, low on its wheels like you'd expect a performance variant to squat. There are chunky rocker panel dress-up bits and body color fender flares, too, and the roof pillars and roof itself are wear a contrasting black painted finish. Up front are larger lower intakes, along with a technical mesh pattern on the smoothed-over grille that, on lesser Lyriqs, gets a pinstriping treatment. Even without the blaring exhaust pipes you're accustomed to seeing jut from beneath a V car's rear bumper, the Lyriq-V conveys a sense of performance purpose from behind. There is a more aggressive lower bumper area, and, again, the entire SUV looks slammed lower to the ground and wider at its fenders, exaggerating the dramatic widescreen effect of the Lyriq's funky taillights. There's a checkered V badge on the tailgate, as well as prominent spoilers at the top and bottom of the rear glass. The Lyriq-V has an exclusive set of 22-inch wheels in a dark sport finish. Apart from the rollers, a suite of V-Series logos and exclusive Magnus metal frost paint differentiate the Lyriq-V from the vanilla version. Cadillac Lyriq-V tech and interior. All this talk about performance shouldn't overshadow the fact that we're still talking about a luxury SUV, which means the interior appointments are a big deal. On paper the Lyriq-V delivers what you would expect. There is available Napa leather upholstery, though we would have thought leather would come standard. The Lyriq-V shares the same panoramic fixed glass roof and the 23-speaker AKG audio system with Dolby Atmos, and 33-inch advanced LED display. Though the Lyriq-V will get an model-exclusive augmented reality HUD. You'll also find a V-mode button on the steering wheel and aluminum Regan on-demand paddle behind said wheel. The front seats come standard with power-adjustable bolsters for the seatbacks and seat cushions. Naturally, Cadillac put V-Series badging in as many places as it could, like the seatbacks, door sills, steering wheel, and more. Those who hate traffic, which means everyone, will be happy to know that GM Super Cruise comes standard on the Lyriq-V along with 3 years of OnStar service. 2026 Lyriq-V pricing and specs. The 2026 Cadillac Lyriq-V has a starting MSRP of $81,385, which is why we were a little surprised that Napa leather upholstery isn't standard. Standard Super Cruise might be enough to forgive that, but you'll have to wait for our first test to find out if we think the Lyriq-V provides enough value for its price tag. The Lyriq-V is slated to start production in early 2025, which means it could be on the assembly line by the time you read this, with production starting soon at the Spring Hill manufacturing plant in Tennessee. If so, then we wouldn't be surprised to see the electric luxury SUV hit showroom floors by late summer this year. We're looking forward to this first EV SUV from V, and possibly Cadillac's first EV vehicle, period, not least because the regular Lyriq shows a lot of promise in its humble dynamic capabilities. The car isn't sporty, per se, but the suspension kinematics are excellent, delivering what athleticism it gives with no compromises to ride quality, and that's without any fancy electronic dampers. The Lyriq instead gets passive frequency selective dampers, simpler, lighter, and seemingly just as effective as multi-mode, electronically adjustable units. Its brake tuning, feel, and one-pedal drive mode are similarly excellent, and we hope they stay that way, only with greater stopping power the sort of bigger brakes V is guaranteed to fit to the Lyriq-V will bring. This story was originally published October 2024, but has been updated to reflect new details, imagery, and more.